Hello, this is Sophie Seeyave. I'm the CEO of the Partnership for Observation of the Global Ocean, POGO, and I'd like to welcome you to the 22nd POGO annual meeting. This presentation will give a brief introduction to POGO and then an outline of the first pillar of POGO's mission, which is innovation in ocean observing. So POGO was established in 1999 and is a consortium of major oceanographic institutes from around the world, represented by their directors. The overall goal of POGO is to enable the completion of a sustained global integrated ocean observing system for the benefit of society. And our mission is threefold. It's firstly to lead the innovation and development of the crucial components of the ocean observing system. Secondly, to identify and contribute to the development of key skills, capabilities and capacities. And thirdly, to work with governments, foundations and industry to articulate the benefits to society and the required funding to build and sustain the system. So we have very international membership. As of today, we have 53 members from 28 different countries. And POGO is governed by a board of trustees, which is also very international. And this board provides the strategic oversight for the organization and for the secretariat, which is led by myself, the CEO, and comprised of 4 other staff members based either in the UK at Plymouth Marine Laboratory or in Portugal at the University of Algarve. And POGO is further implementing a distributed secretariat model through the establishment of regional nodes. So I'll now go into the first pillar of POGO's mission, which is innovation in ocean observing. POGO's activities come under these 3 different categories. So one of them is through workshops and sessions at the POGO annual meetings. So over the last few years, we've had workshops and sessions on specific topics related to ocean observing, such as deep ocean observing, Arctic observing, estuaries and so on. And at the present workshop, we'll have 3 sessions, one on ocean sound, one on indigenous knowledge in the context of ocean observing, and one on ocean and human health. POGO also invites proposals from its members to fund working groups and small projects. So we've had, for a few years, we've had a working group on biological observations, which I'll talk a bit more about. We now have a working group on women in science, 2 projects on low-cost ocean observing sensors, and 2 projects on observations in the Gulf of Guinea. POGO works very much through partnerships. We have a very close relationship with the Global Ocean Observing System of IOC, as well as with the Scientific Committee on Oceanic Research, SCORE, and the Group on Earth Observations, GEO, which I'll talk a bit more about later. So OpenMODS stands for Open Access Marine Observation Devices. It's a project sponsored by POGO, led by one of our members, OGS in Italy. And it's really a humanitarian environmental project based on the open science approach and aiming to develop versatile, modular, easy to use and maintain DIY or do-it-yourself equipment, with also bearing in mind the use of low-cost technologies and materials for the components. So far, the project has had a couple of preparatory and stakeholder consultation workshops. More recently, a so-called instrument jamming meeting to develop the concept for the prototype. And in the coming year, we aim to start testing and deploying the prototype instrument at pilot sites. So the other low-cost instrument project is Sagitta, Social Agitation for Temperature Analysis. This is part of our Nippon Foundation POGO alumni network, which my colleague Lillian will talk about. It's a citizen science project aiming to develop a very low cost profiling temperature and depth sensor with a production cost of around $100. So far, a prototype has been developed and a smartphone app and web portal are currently under development. So biological observations have always been a very strong focus of POGO, and in the last few years a working group has been established to focus on this topic. The working group contributed to several white papers and a breakout session at OceanOrbs 19, and also oversaw the organisation of a workshop on artificial intelligence and machine learning techniques for marine biological observations in 2019. They also put together a programme committee to organise an international conference on the use of eDNA in marine environments, and a proposal has been submitted to the UN Decade of Ocean Science, together with quite a large number of other international and regional partners, for a biomolecular ocean observing network. So continuing on the theme of partnerships, POGO co-sponsors with SCORE this project called the International Quiet Ocean Experiment. It's an international scientific program to promote research, observations and modelling to improve understanding of ocean soundscapes and the effects of sound on marine organisms. It's articulated around 4 themes: ocean soundscapes, the effects of sound on marine organisms, particularly looking at the effect of removing or reducing sound rather than adding it. The third theme is observing sound in the ocean, which is of particular interest to POGO, and looking at adding measurements of sound to existing or future observing systems, also looking at data standards. And the fourth theme is on industry and regulation of anthropogenic sound. POGO sponsored a workshop in a working group in 2015, which ran for a couple of years, and the main output was the submission of an acoustic essential ocean variable and its specification sheet to GOOSE, which was formally adopted in 2018. And now POGO is supporting an implementation committee together with SCORE to develop the implementation plan for this acoustic EOV. So POGO has been a participating organisation in GEO since GEO's inception in 2004. GEO is an intergovernmental group which operates at ministerial level and focusing on Earth observations and their value to society. POGO led the creation of the Blue Planet initiative within GEO in 2011 to raise the visibility of ocean observing within GEO. And Blue Planet works to advance and exploit the synergies among the many observational programs devoted to ocean and coastal waters, to improve engagement with a variety of users for enhancing the timeliness, quality and range of services delivered, and to raise awareness of the societal benefits of ocean observations at the public and policy levels. Finally, these are a few ways in which you can get involved in POGO. If your organisation is not already a member, you can apply to join POGO. Membership is open to any oceanographic research institute with an interest in ocean observing, and there are different membership categories. You can also get involved in existing POGO working groups. You don't have to be a member of POGO for that, but you do need to be a member to propose a new working group or project and obtain funding from POGO for this. And the third way is to participate in the existing POGO projects or the projects that are co-sponsored by POGO, which I've mentioned in this presentation, such as the ones on low-cost technology and IQOE and others. All of these projects are very open to collaboration and to receiving participation from new members. So finally, here are some contact details if you have any questions about POGO membership or about POGO activities. And please also attend the POGO activities session of the meeting to find out a bit more about some of the activities that I've presented here. Thank you very much for your attention, and I hope you enjoy the meeting.